So today we're going to do a follow-up guided meditation to finding the inner child and doing the subconscious work. If you haven't yet listened to the first part, I would encourage you to return to part 1 so that you can see the baseline setup and that you can continue on the work that was previously done. So allowing yourself to return to a comfortable position, allowing yourself to slowly land, taking some deep breaths, inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your mouth, allowing your attention to be on the belly and allowing yourself to get to the deep belly breaths that will allow you to foster a sense of relaxation, a sense of calm, a sense of peace. Deep belly breaths. Inhale, exhale through the mouth. Inhaling, expanding the belly. Exhale, contracting the belly. And just do this a few more times, allowing your body to land and to feel heavier and heavier and heavier. And as you continue to focus on the breath, allow yourself to prepare to do the inner work of going back to the subconscious, of going back to the inner child, to help plant some seeds of positivity and nurturance and healing. Maybe reflecting back on what you have learned and what you saw and what you needed to bring to this child in order to help that child heal. Imagining that you have a pocket full of new seeds, any tools that you need to help this child find an overall sense of well-being. And slowly I'm going to start to count backwards from 10 to 0. And as I count backwards, allow yourself to get more and more relaxed as I guide you through the meditation. So let's get started. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And allow yourself to imagine that you come to a door and just notice the shape of the door, the material, but you also notice the number 5. Notice your own feelings as you're about to open the door. Is there excitement? Is there trepidation? Is there anxiety? Is there fear? Just notice what shows up in your body. As you turn the handle to open the door and step through, come to door number 4. Open the door and step through door number 3. Open the door and step through. See door number 2. Open the door and step through to door number 1. And as you open that door, you return to that lush field that is bright, that is full of sunshine, that is just the clouds in the sky are a perfect shade of blue. Feeling the sun against your face. Taking in the sights, noticing how peaceful it is. Taking some deep breaths in. And now imagine that you call out to your childhood self. And you say, I'm back, I'm here, where are you? And just notice where the child is. Does the child run to you? Does the child call out for you to come find it? Just notice how you reconnect with this child. And does the child run into your arms and give you a hug? Is the child upset? Is the child distrustful, didn't believe that you would return? Just greet this child where the child is at. Maybe you get down on the floor with the child so that it can come closer to you. And just allow yourself to check in with this child. How has the child been doing? Did it return back to a state of despair? Has it been excitedly waiting for you to return back with all your goodies? And just present those goodies to the child, gently explaining what all of these things are. Here are some new seeds. Here are some fruit trees. Here is a shovel. Here's a windmill. Here is some coloring books. Here's some paint. Where we're going to make this garden beautiful. And I brought some tools to help us do that. And just notice the child's reaction. Is there resistance? Is there wonderment? Is there excitement? And notice for you as the adult, how do you feel about tackling this overwhelming patch of weeds and dryness and just the barrenness of it all? And return to watch that barren patch of land full of weeds, full of negativity, full of just darkness. And just notice how you react to the readiness to tackle this field. Notice the child's reaction. Is the child excited? Oh my God, we're going to do something great. I'm so excited. Or is it, I'm so overwhelmed. There's no way we're going to do all of this stuff. But it is your job to remind yourself and this child that we are in this together. This didn't get like this overnight. But we are going to tackle this together, weed by weed, patch by patch. And notice for yourself, allow yourself to have this excitement. While yes, there is fear of what's going to come up, and are you ready to tackle it? But also be excited about the idea that you're going to be planting and nurturing this new garden with all good things. knowing that the things that you are doing today, the things that you are planting today, are offering you the opportunity to change your life. I'm going to plant the seed of health. I'm going to plant the seed of love. I'm going to plant the seed of abundance. I'm going to plant the seed of kindness, of forgiveness. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Well, I can't even imagine what's going to come up if I just begin to nurture this patch of land, because for so long it has been neglected. And slowly taking this child's hand, you begin to do the work. Pulling up some of the weeds of self-loathing, of self-hatred, of distrust, of sadness, of the world is not a safe place. I am not lovable. Start to pull those weeds out. Are some of them harder to remove than others? Is one where there's a stump in there that is just really resisting to being pulled up? And you just work at it. Thinking about what is to be. And it's hard work. But the work will be worth it. And allowing yourself to just patch. Maybe you get the whole thing, or maybe you just get a little corner piece. But here is where you start to plant some seeds. Changing some of the thoughts that exist within you. Taking the little bit of seed on the soil that has been tilled and pulled up. I am lovable. I am worthy. I can trust. I can have abundance. It's okay for me to ask for what I want. I'm allowed to say no. These things no longer serve me. I am open to good in my life. I am open to love. I am open to opportunities. I am open to the good. And just notice how it feels to plant those seeds. Maybe you plant a strawberry bush or a blueberry bush or just a beautiful tree. Allow yourself to nurture this land. And notice the excitement on the child's face as there is beauty now here growing in this patch of land. And it's not perfect, and there are still some weeds you have to pick up, and it is an ongoing project. But wow, look at the beauty of this place. And maybe you start to water this land. Maybe you start to talk positively to it. I believe in you. I can't wait to see what grows here. And after you've allowed yourself to work on this land, again, you don't have to do everything, but maybe you did. Sit back and watch what you have done. Taking a moment to appreciate and have gratitude for the work that you have done. And knowing this is a first step, and knowing that you're going to have to keep coming back to tend to the land. Bask in the beauty of what you have just done. And notice if the child is resistant. I don't think we can keep this up. I don't know. And just offer that child reassurance that it can grow, but we have to keep tending to it. We have to keep working at it. And at some point, it will grow. So just sit here for a few moments. Maybe thinking about what else you might want to plant here, or just seeing some of the little buds of good that are starting to peek through. Holding this child in your lap. Taking a deep breath to appreciate your work. Just spend a few moments in this place of peace. And now slowly tell the child that you must go. Again, noticing the child's reactions. And you promise this child that you will return, because you have to de-weed. You have to constantly tend to the garden. You have to water it. You have to give it plant food. You have to nurture it. Notice if the child feels confident that it will be able to keep up with everything, or are they still worried? And offer that child words of encouragement, words of support, and that you promise you will return. Maybe next time with other stories of success, or other stories, other evidence to nurture, to reinforce the messages that you have planted here. Because it's all about believing that what you had planted is possible. And while there may be doubt, because these thoughts have been ingrained in you for a long time, it is your job to tend to this garden and nurture this garden and give it food that will support its growth. So you promise to return, to keep working at it. And slowly you give the child a hug as you lift up and make your way back to the doors, taking in one last look of this place, knowing that you will be back, and knowing you will take this little world with you out into the real world. Slowly come to door number 1 and walk through. Door number 2, walk through. Door number 3, walk through. Door number 4, walk through. Door number 5, walk through. And slowly just stand here for a moment, integrating what you have just done. Noticing how much work needed to be done, how much work there still is to be done, what you might need to return back with. Taking a few moments to reflect back and thinking about what you or what that child may need to help foster continued growth. And slowly start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, shake your head from side to side as you allow yourself to come back into the room. As I count backwards from 10 to 0, slowly reorienting yourself back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And bringing yourself slowly back into the room. And after you have taken some time to reflect on this meditation, take some notes down. Maybe recognize some of the subconscious beliefs, the limiting beliefs that exist within you. And like with weeds, you have to constantly address. You have to constantly target. You have to constantly tackle the weeds, because they don't just go away because you pull them once. And noticing that you have to pull the weeds, but you also have to plant them with something better, something more nurturing, something more positive, so that you don't give the weeds an opportunity to grow back. So just take a few moments to think about the seeds of positivity, write them down, look at them often, daily, 3 times a day. Going back to the garden to nurture the words of positivity, of worthiness, of love, of gratitude. Until one day this garden becomes lush. And know that you have every opportunity to go back on your own and nurture this field. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for doing the work. And I will see you in my next guided meditation. Take care. Bye.